Sage Wanderer here. So, yeah, I've been totally missing in action. I've been totally MIA. And, bottom line is, I'm just nursing a broken heart, you know? I got, the official end of a 31 year on again, off again relationship is, it's a kind of pain, and it's a kind of frustration, and it's a kind of grief that unless you've been married a really long time to somebody, you won't ever understand. It's just not the same kind of breakup. It's not the same. It's like a huge chunk of your life is gone. You feel like you wasted all of those years, and you feel like you were a fool, and I don't know. This is how it is for me. So I guess my excuse for not making videos is I've been stuck in this spot for a few days, for a while, and part of it is I have to go back and face her, you know. So this talk that's going back and forth between us is not going to be over the phone. It's going to be in person, and you know, it hurts bad enough over the phone. I can't imagine how much it's going to hurt in person. And I'm trying not to be a crybaby, because typically I only cry about, you know, I cry about God. I don't really cry about my own circumstances much. And but yeah, it hurts a lot. And I've made a couple of videos where I bled out and I told y'all how I felt about everything, and you know, and talked about how scared I am breaking out and starting over at 51 years old with nothing. And I just looked back at him after I vented and went, that's just, you can't air that. You can't, no one wants to hear that. And I may do this video this way, except I'm going to have to produce something sooner or later. But the bottom line is, it looks like in the next couple of days, I'm going to start heading back to the Pacific Northwest to play these shows, to get my daddy's guitar, to sell as much stuff as she'll let me have to sell, because it's looking like this is less and less amicable. I don't know. I mean, what do you do when you realize somebody that you loved for 30 years never really loved you back? That they make deals with you and break them. They make promises and break them over and over again, and they really just don't think that's a big deal. Like, it's just okay with them to do that to you. And I'm just supposed to accept that. And yeah, I don't know. A lot of you have been there. I don't know if any of you have been there 30 years worth or not. I know some of you have. Some of you viewers are right now enduring the end of relationships that are longer than this one that I had. And I don't know. It's tough when you think somebody is going to love you forever. And you know what? That was our song all those years ago. I'm gonna love you forever, forever and ever, amen. Yeah. Or until you do something I don't like, and then it's over. I'm gonna just pretend to agree with you just to get along. I should write a new version of that old song. Because, you know, but it's tough when you're with somebody, and even when you're not with them, you still feel like they're going to love you forever, just for you to kind of come to the final realization that they've been using you all along, and that they never really loved you. Because if they loved you, they would have treated you better. If they loved you, they wouldn't have taken vacations without you where you weren't invited to go. Yeah, more than one vacation she took, and I was not allowed to go, and she was out of pocket for days. Was she seeing somebody else? Did she just have enough of me? You know, what's that about? And how can somebody claim to love you and treat you like that? And it's just been a reoccurring theme. I was a mistreated husband. I got divorced from her because of it. And I gave her another chance for the sake of the kids. And now the kids are raised. And I realized that that's the only reason she wanted to get back with me, was for the sake of the kids. And that she didn't really want to be with me. And so you guys don't want to hear all this. It's why I haven't made a video. You don't want to hear all this. You don't want to see the weaker side of me, the side of me that's just like everybody else. So when I don't know which end is up, and my relationship is whack, and I don't know what to do about it, and it's over, and it's you know, I honestly, guys, in so many ways, I'm just as lost as you are, as some of you are. And some of you that are watching are more together than I am. I'm just really good at communicating most of the time. I just haven't felt much like communicating lately. So, plus there was some kind of storm that knocked my internet access out there. Like I was getting good 4G, and then after a series of storms, I can't hardly even watch, much less upload anything. And so I have to come into town, and when I'm down and out and being by myself, I don't come into town, and so I don't upload. And like I said, I've made videos and then went back and looked at them and went, you can't upload that sad sack crud. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about your broken heart, Sage. But 30 years is a long time to walk away, and seems really easy for her. And I ran away because I was being mistreated again, or still, depending on how you look at it. That's like my sister said, this is the end of a 10-year divorce. We got divorced once and then got back together for a few years, and now, it's the end again. But, I'd feel really stupid right now. I'd feel really foolish, except for, to me, the reason that I gave her a second chance, the reason that I married her again, after everything that she did to me during the divorce, it was awful. I don't even want to tell you. You're going to hear about it in my biography, because you'll get to hear it as, in the context of the storyline, all the awful things she did in that divorce to me. And I forgave her for that, and I took her back because I guess I've always had hope for her. I always hoped that somehow my goodness would rub off on her, and somehow she would stop being selfish, and somehow she would learn to trust me, and somehow she would stop looking out for number one 24/7, and somehow she would learn to put another human being ahead of her own needs and desires and wants and fears. And I guess after 30 years, I've just decided that's not going to happen. That I've lost faith, and I've lost hope that she can be anything different. When I divorced her the first time, I said, and all the other reasons all stem from this one reason. You're a selfish person, and you're never going to change. You're never going to change in a million years, and I'm tired of trying to wait around for you to change. For you to figure out what it means to be a Christian. For you to figure out what it means to be in God's will, for you to figure out what it means to love another human being more than you love yourself, or at least as much as you love yourself. And I've always said that you don't love me. I've told her, you don't love me, or you treat me better. And she says, but I do love you, but I do love you. The thing is, you just love yourself way more. And that's all you know how to do. I don't know if I'll air this thing or not. I got to make some video. People are gonna think I've been kidnapped. But I'm just down at the laundromat doing my laundry, fixing to make this cross-country trip. And I am going to take you guys along for the ride. This is kind of the beginning of my videos. I may be venting a little bit as I make this reverse trip. When I came out here from Oregon, I was in Oregon, and then blink, I was in Texas, and I didn't make a video along the way. I was kind of running. I was hiding. I didn't want her to chase me. Well, you wait and see. When you hear the autobiography and you hear about our divorce, you'll know why I headed out of there afraid. Last time she lied on me and tried to have me locked up. She just came after me with both barrels. And I was afraid she was going to do it again this time. And if there's a bright side to all this, it doesn't appear that she's doing that to me yet. I hope that she can continue to at least treat me with some civility as I go back and try to get my things and sell what I have to sell and keep what I can keep and make this trip back with a loaded down car, and hopefully my son as well. We'll see if that actually plays out. I don't know. I don't know anything. It's all a giant mystery, and you guys are in on it with me. We're going back to Oregon to see where all the pieces fell. God help us all! Ah!